Alright, hi everybody, welcome back. This is EG101. We are officially on the road to SummerSlam, 5 days away from SummerSlam. And you see, here's the thing. Unfortunately, you'll not be able to see my face on the camera because I have a few technical difficulties. So for the whole video, you won't be seeing my face. Sorry, ladies. But anyways, so yeah, we just got a few technical difficulties going on with my phone and also that's why I'm not going to be able to have a face cam, and I'm doing this on my computer, which means that it's going to be like very, very old-fashioned, right? Google Slides is probably the most old-fashioned way anyways. So yeah, we're going to be making this video on Google Slides. It's a temporary thing, man, but trust me, we will get back to the normal videos in like a matter of a few weeks or so. But for right now, this is the best I can do, including my videos I upload for my PlayStation with the MyGM. I know I spam upload those, but basically I'm just trying to upload any type of content I can while I'm not really able to use my phone and not really able to make videos on the phone, right? Plus it has a mic problem. So because of that, we've got to resort to some old-fashioned ways, and that being Google Slides. But anyways, now let's get started real quick. Let's make our predictions for the SummerSlam match card that we have here. I believe tonight's Monday Night Raw is not going to add any matches unless we add the Chad Gable versus Bo Dallas and the Wyatts, maybe a tag team match or whatever. I don't think though. Probably seven team match is good enough. So I don't think so. We're not going to get any more of those matches. 7 matches is good enough in my opinion. But anyways, now let's go ahead, get started. Less talking, more predictions. Alright, so we're going to start off by predicting the Intercontinental Championship match. Alright, so here's the thing. Sami Zayn is facing Braun Breaker here. And I'm going to go ahead and say a lot of people want to complain saying Sami Zayn is Sammy Hogan because he doesn't put people over. But I feel like people are forgetting that Sami Zayn was the guy to end the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign ever at 666 days. And so Sami also being one of the top faces is not just going to drop the title in like 60 days. So you want him to have at least a good 100-day run. And that's exactly what he's reached now, a good 100-day run. I think the time is perfect now for him to drop the title at SummerSlam. But for all the people who are hating on Sami Zayn for beating Braun Breaker clean at Money in the Bank, you guys are not true wrestling fans. You guys do not know wrestling. Come on, it's just I mean, you have to think about it. That's like saying Cody Rhodes should have lost the title like at Money in the Bank, or he should lose it now at SummerSlam, because y'all don't understand. He's beat the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. You know, Cody beat one of the longest reigning champions, world champions ever, 1,316 days. You can't beat such a huge title reign, such a generational title reign, and then expect to drop the title like 2 months later. It doesn't happen, alright? And plus, I think Sami Zayn's also doing a good job making the title, keeping the title still, have prestige. It's been on about every single pay-per-view, hasn't it? Wow. So it was, if I'm not mistaken, Sami defended it at King of the Ring. I don't even remember King of the Ring that much. He defended it at King of the Ring, I believe. He defended it at Clash at the Castle, I know that much. He defended it at Money in the Bank. And now he's defending it at SummerSlam. So it's been on every single pay-per-view almost. So the title has still remained prestigious. He's made appearances on Raw and everything. So that's why you can't just... I feel like a lot of people don't understand how it works. But you can't really have the title just be changed so quickly. And so people just gotta go ahead and let this cook, alright? But I do have to say Braun Breaker is winning now. They're not going to have him lose clean twice, for sure. I think that if he wins, he's got quite a few feuds that are already there, including a rematch with Sami Zayn. And I think just beating Sami Zayn, who is a WrestleMania main eventer and one of the biggest faces in the company, is a good way to start off your career, especially as a new guy. So I'm going to predict Braun Breaker wins this. If Sami Zayn wins this, I think that it's not going to be cleanly. I think it's going to be accidental, and Sami challenges him again because knowing him, he wants to win the fight fair. But I do think that it would make sense for Braun Breaker to win. Alright, now this next prediction is going to be a bit shorter. LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Basically, what's going to happen here is LA Knight has to win the US title. It's Logan Paul he was a good champion in terms of bringing the publicity and everything. I mean, Logan Paul is a very big name outside WWE on social media and all. So he gave that bit of a publicity boost. Not that WWE really needs it, because WWE is like WWE. It's like one of the biggest companies in the world. But yeah, so basically Logan Paul did bring a few more publicity and eyes and whatever to the product. A lot of people now found out that Logan Paul was champion through Logan Paul. but he is a bad champion. Can we talk about this? 2 defenses in like what 300, 200 something days. I like Logan Paul. I think he's very good at wrestling. He's very good in the WWE. Perfect fit for it. But I just don't think that he's a perfect fit for the championship until he shows up and defends the title. Think about it like this. People were hating on Roman Reigns. Despite Roman Reigns being there, he only missed 2 months during his break. And that was also due to an injury after SummerSlam. SummerSlam through Fastlane. But like Roman Reigns was either he was defending his title, maybe just 4 times, or he was in the Bloodline Story tag team matches that we can't forget that, or he was doing promos and long build-ups to matches. All right, so we can't really you can't really say that Roman was a bad champion and all, especially knowing that he has leukemia and he can't really wrestle that much, or he's still like taking the treatments and stuff for it, right? So yeah, but Logan Paul is a mid-card champion. Roman Reigns is the world champion. That's the difference here. Logan Paul not showing up is just anyone deserves to take the title off of Logan Paul at this point now. But LA Knight is like one of the biggest names in WWE, right? So you have to strike when the iron's hot. You have to go ahead. If they don't do it now, I think they've wasted LA Knight. Give him the title. Have him get a good reign, and he doesn't need a world title. But if he gets this U.S. title, he's going to make this U.S. title feel like a world title, similarly how Gunther did with the Intercontinental Championship. So I think LA Knight is, first of all, anyone is probably better than Logan Paul as the champion now. But LA Knight is like the guy that you want to dethrone Logan Paul. So I'm going to go ahead and say that LA Knight needs to win this match here, definitely, all right? So, yeah. Now, moving on to the Women's Championship matches, all right? We have the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Well, I guess they don't call it World Heavyweight, but Women's World Championship from Raw. It's going to be Liv Morgan versus Dominic Mysterio. So, basically, I think this was inevitable to happen either way before Rhea Ripley got injured. But I think this would have been like the third match of the trilogy. And I think Rhea would have won the first 2 matches, but then Liv Morgan wins at SummerSlam. So, of course, the trilogy and all didn't happen because Rhea Ripley got injured. But still, the SummerSlam match was inevitable to happen even before. And I think that Liv Morgan was going to win the title off of Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. Now I think she's going to retain the title against Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. But instead of it being where Rhea Ripley's a heel and Liv Morgan's a face, I think it's kind of opposite now. And I also think that they're just going to make this more clear because Dominic Mysterio is going to help Liv Morgan win the championship and help Rhea Ripley lose. So yeah, I think it might be accidental, or it might be deliberate on purpose. But either way, I think that's going to solidify the heel and face turn switch, kind of. It's very rare to see that, where you have someone turn from a face to a heel and a heel to a face, especially during a championship reign. But I think it's going to happen, and I think Dominic Mysterio is going to get involved in this match. I think he's going to make Rhea Ripley lose. And in fact, I think the entire Judgment Day faction implodes here. Around either SummerSlam, it's going to go ahead. Maybe if we see, and I'm going to talk about this later, but if we see Finn Balor get involved in Damian Priest's match, then I think we're going to completely see the Judgment Day faction implode here. We're going to see faces, and we're going to see heels, and then probably they're going to have quite a few of their own feuds between the faction, similarly to what they had in the Bloodline, where the Bloodline was facing against each other. So I can definitely see this happen, honestly. And that's probably what is going to happen. We're probably going to see the entire faction just implode at SummerSlam. So it's just a matter of how, not when or if. All right, moving on to the next match, Bayley versus Nia Jax. All right, I want to go ahead and say this much. So Bayley has not been the best champion. I feel like the SmackDown Championship, it's like, I don't really know. I feel like her championship reign has just been pretty forgetful overall. I mean, the build for it, going to WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble winner and everything, she seemed like she was going to be a good face. I just feel like now it seems like a bit of a bland champion, you could say. The build hasn't really been too good here either. I feel like the promos, the matches were good, definitely in her title reign, but the promos and everything, the build has been very forgetful. You would not think of her as the champion, just a champion, right? Despite being a world champion on SmackDown. It's just not nearly as interesting as the Raw side of things, as has the entire SmackDown has been. There has been like no good championship reign on SmackDown really. Even Cody's reign, I do have to say, has not been the best. So SmackDown overall has just been very mid compared to Raw. And I'm going to go ahead and say that might be because Roman Reigns and the Usos and everyone were carrying SmackDown back then, right? And plus, Cody was on Raw at the other time. Now it's switched, and again, since I feel like this is just a matter of the booking more than the people. But at the end of the day, we can't really say much about it, right? So SmackDown is just not good anymore, and that might change. It might change maybe after SummerSlam, but we will have to see. As of right now, though, my prediction for this is that Nia Jax is probably a better champion than Bayley, because heels happen to be better champions than faces, often as we are seeing on Raw. Raw got 2 heel champions who are better than the face champions on SmackDown. Definitely 100% better. Both of the world champions. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and say that the storyline is just so insignificant here that you can't really make a prediction. It's just either this person's going to win and this person's going to win. But I think it's probably going to be better for SmackDown that Nia Jax wins, because Bayley has been a pretty boring champion in my opinion. So we're going to have it at that. Now, moving on to the triple threat. No, sorry, it's not triple threat. It's a special guest referee. One-on-one, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. I think this is going to end in a draw, or it's going to end in CM Punk winning. So, first of all, we got to talk about Seth Rollins' stance on this. I think Seth Rollins is not fond of Drew McIntyre that much, but he respects him as a competitor because Drew McIntyre beat him clean WrestleMania, right? Meanwhile, he completely despises CM Punk, right? I mean, we know that for sure. But I think now he's going to be the special guest referee. He's going to accidentally, somehow, he's going to cost Drew McIntyre, and he's going to make CM Punk win. Either that, or we're going to have Seth Rollins, just beat both of them up, and, whatever. Maybe it's a tie, it's a draw. I'm not sure how that works, and I doubt it's going to happen. It's going to be probably against the rules that they explained to Rollins today. But I think that CM Punk is either winning this match or it's going to be a no contest. I don't think Drew McIntyre is winning here. That's all I'm going to say. Drew McIntyre winning is going to be something that happens later on when they have the one-on-one in a steel cage or a cell or whatever. And I think because this here over here, a special guest referee win is not exactly the cleanest way to win. It's not exactly the best way to win. Win is a win, but still. You want Drew McIntyre to have a solid win, a fair win, a clean win, where there's no referee involved, there's none of that stuff involved. That's why I'm going to have to go ahead and say that more than likely CM Punk is winning this match, and then they're probably going to have a triple threat down the line. They're going to have a one-on-one McIntyre and Punk with no referee and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's going to be a long feud. Might as well stretch until Mania for all we know. But I'm going to have CM Punk winning here. That's my prediction. All right. And then the World Championship match, Gunther versus Damian Priest. Okay, I might be one of the few people who thinks this, but Damian Priest deserves to win this in my opinion. I think that Damian Priest has been a very good champion. In fact, I think he's been a better champion than every other world champion we have. He's a better champion than Cody, better champion than Liv, better champion than Bayley. I think that Damian Priest's championship reign has been very interesting storyline-wise. It's been the least forgettable. I mean, it started off not exactly the strongest way, with Jey Uso being the first defense and all. But then it really, really got good. It's probably the best title reign, the biggest reason to watch Monday Night Raw, all of these things. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say that I would not be mad if Priest retains, but I don't see him retaining because the only way he retains is not cleanly, because there's no way Gunther's going to lose clean. I don't think they're going to let Gunther lose clean here. But Gunther wins the World Championship against Priest. It makes sense. That means they're probably going to go ahead and have him face Dragunov or something at Bash in Berlin, or it's going to be a rematch against Priest at Bash in Berlin. And then, so basically I think that maybe Damian Priest loses clean either here or in Berlin and gets costed by Finn Balor at the other one where he doesn't lose clean. That could happen because I feel like they're leading a Finn Balor versus Damian Priest feud here. It seems very clear it's going to happen, especially because Priest's probably going to get distracted because Finn Balor comes to help him. But then he's like, I don't need your help, blah, 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 I'm the world champion. And then after that, Gunther goes ahead and gets the advantage, even though that's, again, not a clean win. But it doesn't really matter. I do think that Priest should win, though. But it's probably not going to happen because Gunther eventually will be a world champion and probably is walking into WrestleMania and out of WrestleMania as world champion. There's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of win. So I'm not sure whether they do it here or they do it in Berlin, which is kind of his hometown, you could say. Not exactly, but it's in Germany. He's from Austria. So yeah, basically it makes sense. But I'm not sure how it's going to happen really. Is it going to be clean? Is it going to be Finn Balor interference? But I'm going to have to go ahead and say Gunther wins, but I want Damian Priest to win. And I just don't see it happening though. Alright, now we're going to get to the Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes main event for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I'm gonna have to take a few breaths before I start this because it's a lot of talking. In fact, I've been talking for the past 15 minutes. Alright, so, anyways, now, Roman Reigns is returning here, I hope, because that's the only way this is main evented over the other matches we have. I feel like any of these matches could have main evented, almost any of these matches could have main evented over Cody and Solo, because Solo's not World Championship material. It's no surprise, everybody knows this. And Cody has not exactly been the most entertaining champion so far. Again, not exactly his fault. More than anything, it's probably the fault of the booking that he hasn't gotten any opponents built up good enough to face him. But look, I think that Cody cannot lose here. That's the thing. It's so predictable because there's no way ever that Solo Sikoa is going to win here, right? There's no way that Solo Sikoa will be a world champion in the year 2024. Maybe next year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, wherever down the line. But not right now. There is no possible way for Solo Sikoa, of all people, to be a world champion in 2024. It's so predictable that Cody's going to win. And more than likely, it's going to be whatever they have with Cody every time. 3 crossroads, and then boom, bam, 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. The thing is, why would this main event, though, if WWE knows that this is not main event worthy? That's why I think that Roman Reigns is going to return. This is, again, if he does not return, this is going to be it's going to be the complete disappointment. The whole pay-per-view, in fact, is going to be a complete disappointment if Roman doesn't return. Because no matter how good every other match is, the main event is supposed to be the best match, and it's going to end up being the worst match. So, yeah, we need Roman to return here. And I did put The Rock on here, too, though, because I think that there's a chance that The Rock might return, too. They are saying that The Rock is finished filming whatever movie he was filming, and that means that The Rock would be available now. Only reason I don't see The Rock being the one to return here is because why would The Rock help Cody, right? You can't, if he helps Solo Sikoa. So basically, this is what I'm thinking. If The Rock returns, I don't think it's going to happen. But let's just say The Rock returns. He's obviously helping Solo. He's not going to help Cody. He doesn't like Cody. He's like Cody's biggest enemy right now. So that would mean that Solo is the champion. That's not going to happen. So I think that Roman comes out right after The Rock comes to help Solo, and right before Solo wins the championship, Roman comes out, and then he starts beating up Solo. Because, obviously Roman is a tribal chief. Solo's attacked all of Roman's friends, I guess you could say Roman's friends, right? The wise men, Paul Heyman. He's attacked Jimmy Uso, who's also part of Roman's bloodline. They all acknowledge Roman as a tribal chief. And now Solo is here. He's saying that he doesn't need Roman Reigns to be tribal chief. He's challenged Roman Reigns. He said that Roman Reigns, you are not my tribal chief, and watch what happens when you come back, and blah, 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 right? So basically, we could see that The Rock and Roman Reigns both return. I don't think it's going to happen, though, because that's going to be, so fast, so sudden. I feel like they're going to slow build this feud all the way to WrestleMania. But we could see possibly Team Roman versus Team Rock at War Games Survivor Series. I don't think it's going to happen because Rock is more than likely not working anything besides the Rumble because it's the first Netflix pay-per-view. And then the WrestleMania. That's about the only pay-per-views I see The Rock working. Rumble is probably going to be the Cody defense. And then Mania is going to be the Roman match. So, yeah, that's why I feel like Rock is not returning here, but Roman Reigns returning definitely makes a lot of sense. We're going to see Randy Orton's probably not going to be on SummerSlam at all. And actually, I think he can, because we're probably going to see Jimmy's probably going to return next Friday, this Friday on SmackDown in the Tag Team Championship match, and he cost the Bloodline. And then after that, we see Jimmy Uso on Cody Rhodes' side. We're going to see, who else? Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. But then, So you would kind of make that even. That's why you got to write off one of the other teammates of Cody. You got to write him off so that way we can have Roman Reigns stop them from being outnumbered. So, yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to happen. I just want Roman Reigns to return. So that's why I'm going to predict that Roman Reigns returns. But if he doesn't return, it's gonna suck, right? But I hope Roman Reigns returns. That's all I'm going to say here, man. But SummerSlam is shaping up to be a pretty good show. It's going to be definitely a banger show in my opinion. It's just going to depend on the main event, if it holds up or if it doesn't hold up. And how good is SummerSlam going to be in y'all's opinion? You guys got to let me know in the comments out of 10. How excited are you for it? And hopefully, I feel like my excitement levels for SummerSlam are very high due to the fact that Roman Reigns could return. But if Roman Reigns doesn't return, I think the entire SummerSlam... Alright, my mic cut off for some reason. But what I was saying is, if Roman Reigns doesn't return, entire SummerSlam pay-per-view is going to be pretty disappointing, you could say. And that's just because of how everyone expects Roman to return at this point. Everyone wants Roman to return at this point. So hopefully he does return. But if he doesn't, man, it's going to be real disappointing. But anyway, so it's been a very long video. I said it was going to be short, but I just like to talk a lot for some reason. Anyways, though, so I'd appreciate if you guys leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Share this video to all your wrestling fans, and well, we will see you guys next time. Hopefully, with a better video coming out soon. Sometime you guys gotta go ahead, wait a bit longer until we get some good quality videos coming out there. But for right now, the low quality Google Slides videos made from a computer are good enough. So, but anyways, dude, I appreciate y'all. Leave a like, subscribe, be good, and I will see you guys next time.